everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
Well, it is now 7 o'clock, and this is the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Epsilon Chi Omega Chapter Pink Goes Red 2025 for Heart Health Awareness and Wellness Workshop. So everyone, kind of give some thumbs up. Let us know that you're here and ready to know about heart health as we go to our next slide.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Pink Goes Red Heart Health Awareness and Wellness Workshop. We are so excited to have you join us this evening for important conversations around women's heart health. My name is Carla Jefferson, and I serve as the program chairman for the Epsilon Chi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I'll be guiding you through today's event. Pink Goes Red is an initiative focused on raising awareness about heart disease, which is the #1 killer of women worldwide. But the good news? We can take steps to protect our hearts starting right here, right now. Over the next hour, we'll hear from survivors, get moving with some heart-friendly exercises, and even have a little fun with trivia. Before we begin, let's do a quick check-in. Give me a heart reaction emoji if you're ready to prioritize heart health today.
Awesome. So everyone, I saw a lot of hearts going up because you're ready to get going on heart health. I am bringing your greetings today, and I am Teresa Moses. I am the president of the Epsilon Chi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So we're glad that you have decided to spend this evening with us to learn more about heart health. I know that you've had a long week and possibly a long day, but this is a time that you can kind of wind down, get to know, learn a little bit better. And I hope that everyone has had an opportunity to look at the Health Heart Bingo and check off on that bingo card on whether you have decided to do some of the things that's listed there. So we're going to go on to our next slide. And again, this is about your heart health and bringing awareness to women's heart health.
I found out I was pregnant while I was a doctoral student at the School of Social Work here at UNC Chapel Hill, and I could not be more excited to welcome a baby as my first one. Overall, I was healthy until it came time to do the test for gestational diabetes. I was being very careful in terms of how much sugar I was eating, how much salt was in my diet. I was exercising. I was walking almost 5 miles when I was in my 3rd trimester. However, I was feeling very tired. I remember going and having to apply for a handicap sticker in order to park a little bit closer to where the bus actually picks up. We had an unplanned cesarean delivery. In the initial day, I believe, following her birth, the doctor came in and he came in after I had some complaints about bleeding, and he literally manually removed blood clots. After a while, I started to feel really tired. That was the question I asked myself: is this something that, are you supposed to be this tired following, childbirth? It got hard to eat and breathe. And I was also told by my obstetrician that maybe I was experiencing some symptoms of postpartum depression. And then I also realized that my physical symptoms weren't getting any better. And I remember having this sharp pain in my left arm. It was just kind of like a radiating pain in my arm, and it didn't go away. So we drove to the ER. We went through the triage process. I left the triage only to sit in the emergency room, waiting room for 5 hours. And mind you, this is, I think these are symptoms of some kind of heart condition, but it wasn't escalated to the point of me going beyond triage. And it felt a little demeaning. Like I didn't feel like my symptoms were being taken seriously, only leaving because I needed to feed my baby again. I was really concerned about, whether she was going to be able to eat while I was gone. On Monday, after going through Saturday and Sunday with the same, feelings, I called Campus Health. And I remember the doctor ordering that I have an x-ray taken of my chest. He said, well, we looked at your x-ray results and it looks like you have an enlarged heart. I think we need to take you down to the emergency room. So I was rolled in a wheelchair down to the emergency room. When I look back, I think about how bad I felt, despite how I portrayed myself. I didn't really think about it when I was pregnant. My mom and my dad both have heart failure. There were so many places where either I could have been diagnosed sooner or even, told that I should look out for these kinds of symptoms or signs while pregnant. But it wasn't until I was so close to not being here anymore that I finally received that diagnosis. And I can't help but to think, it didn't have to be that way.
Now that we've heard Charity's inspiring story, let's test our knowledge with a few quick heart health trivia questions. Are you ready? Drop a heart or a ready in the chat if you're ready to play.
So everyone, you can start dropping your answers in the chat. Please do so. Okay. That's right. It is heart disease. The answer is correct. So everyone is, you heard the same things that she was saying about how tired she was, how she felt. Did not know how maternal health was related to heart health. So those are some great signs that she noticed about herself. And it took everything, yet a month after you have a baby, and then to find out that you're going into heart failure, that it can be very traumatizing. But we saw that beautiful baby that she kept holding up, that beautiful little girl. So we just wish her the best in her journey. Next, please drop your answers in the chat. Okay. And yes, the answer is C, regular exercise. So everyone, don't stop exercising. Keep doing what you're doing. Can you drop in the chat? Has anyone walked a mile today? Just do a reaction if you walked a mile today. Anyone? Ah, Teresa Workman, she's walked a mile. Mamie has walked a mile. Tyler, he's throwing praises up saying he's walked a mile. All right. So this is what it is. You have to go and walk a mile, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you walk. You just have to get in a form of exercise. And I'm told, and I have read that if you can at least contribute 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day to walk or to exercise, it helps build up heart health. Let's go to our next. How often should adults check their blood sugar? No, blood pressure, I'm sorry. Got a lot of C's there, at least once a year. Okay. And the answer is C, at least once a year. Please do not wait 2 years. Please do not wait 5 years. And please just do not wait until you feel sick. So check your blood pressure at least once a year. And if you go to your doctors periodically, this is something that they do check, whether you go every 3 months, every 6 months. And if you work at a place where, like I work, I can go next door to our facility and just get my blood pressure checked anytime. So at least get your blood pressure checked at least once a year.
Next up, heart failure survivor Shamika Campbell shares her story of survival and recovery.
Well, the evening before the cardiac arrest, I had collapsed out of the bathroom. And my husband felt that it would be best if he took me to my mom's house, so that way I can catch up with sleep, she can spend time with my daughter. And I was tired, I was fatigued, I was adjusting to the new schedule of an infant waking up every couple hours and having to feed every couple hours. I didn't think it was any more than just simply being a new mom. And I had gone into my brother's room to lie down on his bed. And the next thing I can recall is my mom performing CPR on me. I was regaining my consciousness, and she had told me that I had experienced a sudden cardiac arrest. It took, I would probably say, a good 1 to 1.5 days. They worked continuously on me. They had ran a battery of tests. They had first started off with a neurological imaging exam, which came back clear, and they had also injected medications through my IV to see if my heart would respond. After discussing with them the family history, that's what also prompted them to request my records from the hospital I was born at in San Diego. And they were able to obtain my past EKGs from the time I was 7 years old to my teenage years. And they saw that there was a pattern of long QT and complete heart block stemming from that time. It's important to me to be able to reach the AAPI community, because one particular message I would like to convey is that cardiovascular disease knows no bounds. It affects everyone regardless of age, race, and gender. And I would also like to encourage to not be afraid to ask questions and to have the discussions about family medical history. Those topics that are really important, especially in regards to awareness of certain diseases, certain conditions, because it can affect your health and the health of your loved ones down the line.
Wow, what a story to touch all of our hearts. It's time for more trivia questions. Are you ready? Drop a heart or a ready in the chat if you're ready to play.
Okay, y'all got this. Okay, the answer is B, 150 minutes. We had a few A's and we had a few B's. Had a couple of B's. So, all right, let's go to our next. Okay, keep the answers coming. All right. And the answer is B, jaw pain and nausea. How many B's we had? Had Ashley, Teresa, Tyler, Michelle, Jeanette, Amberly. All right, I just need to hang out around y'all when I feel like I got something going on with myself. And y'all can kind of help me out. All right.
Hot chicken.
Hmm? Got answers going in? Oh, oh, salmon. And the answer is C, salmon.
Mm-hmm.
How we doing? Next up, cardiac arrest and CPR survivor Jenlyn Carpillo shares her story of survival and recovery.
My first cardiac episode was completely out of the blue. I was alerted that something was wrong in my body because I felt a rapid sensation of my heart. I was extremely fatigued and I was just overall tired. Life prior to my first cardiac event was easy. It was fun-filled. I was outgoing. I had no limitations, no restrictions. I was told that my heart rate was in the high 100s. They told me that it was a condition called supraventricular tachycardia, so SVT. I had never heard anything about it and I was completely unaware of it. At that time, after being diagnosed with SVT, I didn't get any family history. I kind of talked to my dad and my grandmother about it. They both were a little baffled because we didn't realize that it could potentially be something that was genetic. I didn't have a concrete plan because I thought, hey, I'm young, it'll go away, it'll probably never happen again. In 2016, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. At that time, doctors wanted me to have an ICD implanted because my ejection fraction was going up and it was coming down, but it was trending down. I was opposed to it for various reasons, but they persisted and I decided to get the ICD implanted in 2018 after the passing of my sister in 2017. After the ICD was implanted, I figured I lived life to the fullest, that I would try to have an overall healthier lifestyle, that I would identify the stressors that were in my life, because stress, of course, was a contributing factor. And needless to say, the ICD did save my life. My message to younger women: don't ignore the signs that your body is sending you.
Wow, what another powerful story. Do me a favor and type in the chat, don't ignore the signs. And next up, more trivia. Are you ready?
Okay. I see you answering and everything. All right. And the answer is C, 120 over 80. And if y'all listen to your doctors when you go to your visits, they will let you know about these top numbers and the bottom numbers. Now, if that bottom number is high, they really get a great concern about that bottom number. They get a great concern over the top number, but that bottom number, they have a great concern over. So anything over that, just make sure that you are watching what you eat, watch what your diet, and if you're on medication, please take your medication daily.
Mhm.
See your answers coming through. Okay. Everyone's answered? All right. It can raise your blood pressure and increase heart disease risk. Stress can do that. So I've heard people when they're in high stress related jobs, sometimes they rather find something that's a little less stressful in order for them to maintain their blood pressure. So when you get around things or get around people, whether it's your job or even family issues, can stress you out, and it can increase your risk for heart disease.
Now, let's take a moment to focus on the importance of physical activity in maintaining heart health. Regular exercise is crucial for keeping our hearts strong and healthy. To guide us through a heart healthy workout, we have a 15-minute exercise routine specifically designed for seniors and older adults. This seated chair exercise is perfect for those looking for a gentle yet effective way to stay active. And for those who can do it standing up, that's going to be available to you as well. Let's follow along and give our hearts the care they deserve.
Hey everybody, it's your personal trainer, Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia, and this is a workout for seniors, individuals who are obese, and anyone with limited mobility.
We're going to be providing both seated and standing variations, so we encourage you to make this workout your own.
The only equipment that's required for today's workout is a chair and either a light pair of hand weights or a couple of water bottles.
Follow along with us. We're going to get started with a nice little light warm up. The first thing that we're going to do is going to be an arm crossover. So go ahead, have those palms facing down, a little slight bend in our elbows, nice and slow and relaxed during this warm up. Again, it's just the warm up, just trying to loosen up and raise our overall body temperature. We're going to alternate which arm is on top.
And if you're seated like I am throughout the entire workout, it's good to practice just keeping your core nice and tight. Keep your belly button drawn in towards your spine.
And go ahead and scoot up a little bit on that front of the seat. You don't want to be seated all the way back, and that way you're going to be tempted to lean back on the chair. So again, just keep that core tight. Let's go ahead and do this one for just 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent. Okay, next we're going to loosen up that posterior chain, your lower back, hamstrings, and glutes. Go ahead and place your hands on your head. If you're standing, a little slight bend in your knee. Either way, we're going to drive those hips back as we bend over, using your hips as a hinge until your upper body gets to about parallel to the ground, and then back up. This one is all about those hips. Not going to squat down at all. It's all in our posterior and back side. Keeping that back straight, core tight. And if you can't quite go down as far as we're going today, that's totally okay. Do what you can, and over time, come back, repeat this routine. Your mobility will improve. Just getting a little bit better every time you come back and do this. Making sure to breathe throughout. Good. Let's do this one for just 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. We're going to move into an overhead press. So no weights, just our own, the weights of our own arms. Good posture. Shoulders are back. Go ahead and reach up and pull back down. Reach up and pull back down. And as you're pulling down, go ahead and pull down from those elbows and then reach up as high as you can reach up overhead. Trying to keep good posture and also trying your best to reach straight up and not out in front of you. Again, this is just another dynamic warm-up move that will also work to improve your mobility. Excellent. Keep it up. Core stays tight. Shoulders are square. We're not counting any repetitions today. It's just about getting in as many reps as you can in a allotted time period. Working at a pace that you feel comfortable with. Let's do this one for 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we got a classic move next, but it's just so good. I always use it. Just a good old march in place, just to allow our heart rate to come up. Go ahead and keep both elbows bent and bring up opposite arm and knee. Again, core stays tight. If you can't get that knee up very high, that's okay. Just try to get your foot up off the ground. And if you feel good right now, you can go ahead and get that knee all the way up until it's about parallel to the ground. You decide which is right for you. Stay nice and light on your feet. Don't want any big clanks or thuds on the ground. If you have neighbors underneath you and you're in an apartment, I don't want your neighbors to hear you. Excellent. Good. Focus on that breathing. We're going to do this one for just 10 more seconds. Last one in the warm-up. You got it. I want you to, throughout the course of today's workout, I really want you to focus on what brought you here today to begin with. What is it that motivates you? What drives you? What are we working on? All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Excellent. Okay, first one, we're going to do a star crunch. So we're both going to have our hands up and out to the sides, legs a little wider than shoulder width. We're going to bring opposite elbow to opposite knee the best you can. Now, you might not totally have the range of motion needed to get that elbow all the way to the knee, and that's okay. You might just be right here. But I want you to try your best. And again, as you repeat this routine, you'll get a little bit better at it.
And if you notice, of course, I'm been sitting on the edge of my seat here. So you may just want to scoot up a little bit. That way you can go ahead and get that nice crunch as you bring your elbow to your knee.
Yeah, as you bring the elbow to your knee, you're actually bringing your upper body in and contracting those abs. Great one for the core, for our legs, shoulders, and arms. And again, we're moving at a pace that you feel comfortable with, whatever that may be. Just the overall goal is to just keep moving throughout the course of this workout. If you got to switch it up and change versions from the seated to the standing, do so as needed throughout this routine. Excellent. Breathe, guys. You're doing great. Let's keep this one up for just 10 more seconds. You got it, one right into the next. Feel those abs contracting. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent. Okay, we're doing a lower body move next. I'm going to do a split squat. Claudia's going to do a one leg press. My feet are shoulder width apart. I'm in a staggered stance. Hands are on my hips. And I'm dropping that back knee straight down.
And for my variation, I am leaning back at a 45-degree angle, holding on to the sides of my chair and pressing my heel out and bringing my knee in as close as I can to my chest.
If you're doing my variation, you don't have to get all the way down if you can't quite do it. If you're just right here today, that's okay. Just dropping straight down. And ideally, over time, we're working towards a point where we get both those knees to a 90-degree angle. We're going to split time on each side, so we'll switch halfway through. Either way, we're keeping our core nice and tight. Focusing on that breathing. I'm going to keep reminding you throughout. It's so very important. Excellent job, guys. You got it. Let's go ahead and switch sides here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, switch sides, opposite leg, and right into it. All right, again, as those legs start to burn a little bit and you start to ask yourself, why am I here today? What am I doing? It's important that you keep that goal, whatever it is that you're working on, at the front of your mind, not at the back of your mind. What are you here to achieve? What are you going to get that much closer to by the end of this workout. Think about it, whether you're trying to lose weight, get back in shape, just be better at your overall daily activities, pick up your grandchildren, your kids, whatever it is. You got to think about it, keep it in your mind, focus on it. So very important. All right, let's hit this one for just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Excellent. Okay, legs are going to get a break. Let's go ahead and pick up those light hand weights for the next one. I'm using light dumbbells. Claudia's using water bottles. Hands are at our chin. We're going to do a side-to-side punch. So we're punching to the right and to the left. Keep those hands back. Bring your hands back to your chin after every punch. If you're doing the standing variation, keep a slight bend in your hips and in your knees. And as we punch, we're twisting side to side. So it's not just our arm that's moving, right? But instead our whole core and torso is going side to side, engaging that core as well as those obliques.
It's a good little ab workout without having to get down on the ground.
Exactly. Any ab workout that we can do without crawling on the ground is a good one in my book. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Again, move at that pace that you feel comfortable with, whether that's faster than us, slower than us, whatever it is. We're just so thankful that you're here, you're working, and you're getting closer to your goal with every single punch. Boom, you got it. Keep it up, guys. Okay, we're going to transition now into a high punch. So still punching, still right to left, but we're punching straight ahead and up. So I guess the way to think of it, act like you're punching somebody who's about a foot taller than you. Alternating right then left. Bring those hands back to your chin. And don't worry about your punching form here. We're not training to be a professional boxer. Just getting the fitness aspect out of it. Go ahead and twist that hand and point with your thumb. This is an overall good visualization to have as you're doing these punches. Being sure to get that full extension and then bringing it all the way back to your chin. Good. Okay, we're going to move on to a hook punch now. So side to side, elbows are bent. We're going side to side again, engaging that core every single time. Good. This is the last one in our punching sequence. We're working those shoulders, working that core, getting that heart rate going. Everything's working. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. We're getting a lot of work in a short period of time today. Total body workout, gaining strength and cardiovascular endurance, as well as burning some calories and fat along the way. Keep it up, guys. You're doing great. Let's hit this one for just 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I'm actually going to use my seat for the next one, so we'll both be doing the seated variation. We're going to do a lower body move. We're going to do a knee raise plus leg extension. So coming into that front half of your chair, bring one knee up and then extend at the knee. Reverse it, back down. Left leg, knee up, extend, back down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1 into the next. And at the top of that leg extension, I want you to squeeze your quadricep up at the top. Feel it working, engaging. Excellent.
Keep your core nice and tight.
If it's a little too hard for you on this one to sit straight up, you can do so with a slight lean back. It'll make it just a little bit easier, requires a little less mobility. And if when you're doing this one, you're just your legs don't quite bend the way they used to, and you can't quite get your leg all the way up and parallel to the ground, that's all right. If you're down here, do what you can. It's all about those small little improvements day in and day out that eventually get you to that long-term goal. We're just putting in the work right here, right now, getting a little bit better, rep by rep. Keep it up, guys. Nice work. Good, feeling it. Legs are starting to feel good. Hope yours are too. Let's do this one for just 10 more seconds. Working at a pace that you feel comfortable with. Pushing yourself because nobody else can do it for you. Let's hit this one for 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I'm going to put my chair back to the side. We're going to need our hand weights for this next one. If you're using them, if you're just using your arms, that's cool too. we're going to do a straight arm jack. So we're going to start with our hands by our chin, pressing those dumbbells straight up. And at the same time, I'm going to alternate my right and left legs.
And for my variation, I'm going to be kicking my legs out to the side and right back to the starting position.
You decide which variation is right for you today. If you're doing my version, keep a slight bend in the leg and that knee that's on the ground. It'll help you keep your balance. Good. This one's going to work both those legs, your core, and of course your shoulders and triceps, which I'm sure you're already feeling. Keep it up, guys. You're doing great. Get into a little rhythm with this one. Good. You got it. Getting the heart rate up with this one. Feeling good. Let's do this one for just 10 more seconds. Almost there. Keep working, guys. We're right there with you. Thousands, maybe millions of people at home doing the same thing. We're all working together. Come on, HasFit Tribe. Where you at? You got it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent. You can go ahead and set those hand weights down for the next one. We're going to do a straight leg raise and twist. Go ahead and place your hands on your shoulders. We're going to go one side at a time. Go ahead and bring up one straight leg, and we're going to twist into that side. You decide, how far you can raise that straight leg. If you feel good and you want to get it up, cool. If you can only get it up to about a 45-degree angle, that's okay too. But we're twisting into that leg and engaging that core. Excellent.
Ooh, definitely feel that burn in my midsection.
Ooh, it must be working out there, guys. We must be working. That's good. Because that burn, that feeling, that challenge, that's where change happens. So rep by rep, putting in that work to get that change. You're doing great right here. Let's switch sides in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Opposite side. Now switch it up and keep it moving. Keeping your balance if you're standing up. Slight bend in that knee on your opposite leg if you are doing the standing variation. Twisting into that leg. Keeping your core nice and tight. Good posture on this one. Excellent work, everybody. Making sure to breathe throughout. Whatever you do, do not hold your breath. You will regret it. It will catch up with you if you do. Nice work. Keep it up, guys. Let's hit this one for just 10 more seconds. Rep by rep, right here, getting after it. What are you working on? What's your goal? Think about it. 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent job.
Excellent.
We're going to do the whole cool down routine from a seated position. And the purpose of this cool down is to allow your heart rate to come down slowly and at the same time to improve your mobility a little bit. So the first move we're going to do is going to be a seated figure 4. One knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Take your opposite leg, bring it up, just kind of like you're crossing your legs. And best you can, bring that shin and that foot closer to you. And you're going to feel a stretch all in your hip flexor, your glutes. And if you need a little bit more stretch while keeping your back straight, you can slowly come forward. And again, you got to keep your back straight while doing this. You don't want to hunch over, but keeping your back straight, you can come down, and that'll really give you an extra stretch. But if you're feeling the stretch from right here, that's totally okay too. On all of these static stretches, our goal is to get to a point where you feel a stretch, but not where it's painful. Let's switch sides in 3, 2, 1. All right, opposite side, slowly down. Kick that opposite leg up. And next one back into it.
I'm definitely tighter on my left side.
Oh, I am too. We had a good workout yesterday and today. And definitely feeling a little bit of tightness, and that's totally normal. All right, and that's why we're doing this. We're taking care of our body, a little restoration work. Excellent. Let's hit this one for just 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, go ahead and place that leg down. Next one we're going to do is an internal shoulder rotation stretch. Go ahead and place one hand either on your hip, or if you have extra flexibility, you can place it behind your hand, behind your lower back. You decide which one is right for you. reach over with your opposite hand, and I want you to gently
definitely tighter on my
pull
left
that
side
elbow
than my
forward.
right.
Now, you're not going to get a lot of range of motion on this, and that's not meant to be, but this is a great one to loosen up those shoulders. Again, if you haven't done this one before, you're probably going to feel some tightness on this one, and that's all right. It's to be expected. If you can't quite reach your elbow, that's all right. You can pull it forward here on your forearm. Again, just about making this routine your own. And let's switch sides in 3, 2, 1. All right, shake it, that arm loose. The opposite side hand either on your hip or just behind your back. Reach across and gently pull forward. Good. Just pulling forward and holding, feeling that good stretch.
You really don't need that much range of motion before
No.
you feel it.
No, I mean, an inch maybe, 2
Yes.
at the most. Just hold and breathe. Excellent. Let's do this one for 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. We're going to kick out one leg, one straight leg. We're going to do a hamstring stretch next. So with that one leg straight, let's go ahead and hands on your hips and gently bend over at your waist, keeping this leg straight. And you should feel a big stretch in the back of your leg. Key on this one is to keep your back straight as you bend over. Again, not here, because then you're not going to feel that stretch. But instead, back stays straight and then bend over until you start to feel that stretch in your back of your leg.
And again, you may not have to go very far before you really begin to feel that stretch.
Totally. You might not even, honestly, just right here may do it for you. So again, you decide which is right for you. Okay, we're going to transition now into a calf stretch. So from this same position now, I want you to take your toes and pull those toes back to you. And now we're emphasizing your calf. And you should start to feel a big old stretch in that calf. Good. And with all these static stretching moves, our goal is to take it to about 85 to 90% of what you're capable of, and that'll make sure that you're getting a good stretch without hurting yourself. Let's do this one for 3, 2, 1, 0, up. All right, on that same side leg now, we're going to do a quadricep stretch. So let's scoot a little bit to the side of our chair that leg is on. Let's go ahead and slowly bring that leg back behind you. And the further that foot goes back, the more stretch you're going to feel in your quadricep and in your hip flexor. So for you, right here might be all it takes, and that's okay. You decide what's going to be right for you. Keep good posture and feel that stretch. You can lean back just a little bit if you really want to get a little extra stretch. Again, kind of play with the move a little bit. You're aiming for that big stretch on your hip flexor and in your quad. Good. Hold it. We're just holding for 5 more seconds. That's it. And 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, so we're going to go through that same little leg sequence now on the opposite leg. So let's hit that hamstring stretch first. So opposite leg, that straight leg out. And then hands on our hips, and we slowly come down with our back straight until we feel that stretch in the back of our leg. Excellent. Ooh, I feel it. Again, I feel it in my left one here. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. Doing great. We're almost done. It's that time of the workout where you should be proud of yourself for what you've achieved. You know, it's not easy when you're on your own to take the initiative to work out. And you did that today. You finished. You feel good about yourself. Come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Next, let's do that calf stretch. Bring that toe up and towards us. And we're going to feel that calf stretch now. Feels good. Getting just that much closer to the end. Breathe. Nice, slow, big, deep breaths. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And 3, 2, 1. All right, let's scoot over to that opposite side of the chair, and let's hit that quad stretch next. But if you need to, you can use your hand to kind of get that leg back. And it just depends on your mobility right now. And get that quadricep and hip flexor stretch. Good posture if you need to. A little lean back will really give you that extra stretch. This is the last one for the day, folks. You've made it. That's all
Be
she
proud.
wrote. Be proud. That's it.
Exactly. We're
feel
proud
good.
of you.
Allow yourself to feel good about this. I mean, it's if working out were easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody be in shape, but they're not, right? I mean, it takes some willpower to get to this point. And let's do it for 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, slowly bring that leg up. And that's it, guys. You made it. I kick my chair over. Excellent work,
Give yourself
Claudia.
a big round of applause and a pat on the back.
Yes, nice workout there. Thank you so much for working out with us today. If you enjoyed this workout and you've been working out with us for a while, we'd encourage you please go check out our Patreon page where you can find out more about how you can support our mission of keeping these great workouts free.
And if you enjoyed working out with us today, we ask that you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you're notified every time we drop a brand new workout.
Make sure to check out hasfit.com where we have hundreds of free workouts, free meal plans, and our free complete fitness programs.
And if you are on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, come find HasFit because we want to connect with you.
Thank you so much for working out with us today. It's been our privilege. I'm Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia.
And we will see you at your next workout.
Okay, it's time to drop those answers in the chat. I hope everyone had a great exercise. All right. We're in the right direction. And the answer is B, bread. Who has on their Pink Goes Red shirt on today or have a hint of red on? Just raise your hand. All right. Oh, I see some pops coming in and out. Yes. All right. Let's go to our next. Okay, start dropping those answers in. All right. What's our answer? That's correct. American Heart Association. Okay, everyone. Well, we are at the end of our Pink Goes Red event for heart health. And give yourselves a hand for the exercise. I know we probably feel it in the morning, especially if you haven't worked those limbs out in a while. Then we had 3 visitors today. We had Tyler, I want to say we had Ashley, and we had Simone. So Tyler, Ashley, and Simone. Is Ashley still on here? Yes, she's still here. What about Simone? Is Simone still here? I see Simone. Okay. So, for being our special guest today, we have members of Epsilon Chi Omega that's on the call for Pink Goes Red. Please drop your information in the chat and you will get a gift card for attending today. So we thank you for being here. We thank everyone for being here. Anyone have any comments, want to come off mute and say, how do you feel about your exercise today? Anyone?
I enjoyed
Earlene.
it. Earlene, I enjoyed it. I didn't get to work out today, but I did walk today. So that was a good workout for me.
Okay, great. You know how many calories you burned today with that seat? Oh my goodness. Mamie says she's hurting. No, Mamie, no hurting, no hurting. Get some Epsom salt.